So I know most of you have already heard about Russia retaliation. So finally, that was yesterday. Russia retaliated against Ukraine for launching six United States long-range weapons into Russian territory. So the Russian response yesterday was quite unusual. Normally, the Russians respond with over 100 missiles, but yesterday they decided to launch just a single missile. So they launched ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. The Russians launching this particular ICBM speak louder than thousand words. They said nothing, but just a single missile has been able to call a meeting within NATO, meaning NATO or these Europeans and Americans are quite worried. Putin sent a clear message to the Western America that if any Western country push them to the edge, they will attack that country. And that is why they decided to launch ICBM. It was well orchestrated because ICBM missiles are capable of traveling very far. ICBM missile can travel anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. And it was also a response to America that look, this your so-called attacker missiles, this your so-called long-range missiles, we have more powerful long-range missiles, right? Because these attacker missiles that Ukraine launched or America launched can only go as far as around 190 miles, right? The Russians have missiles that can go times 10 of that. So the language is clear. I think the message is clear enough for the Western America to reason. They keep saying that Putin is bluffing, Putin is doing nothing. Look, Putin has responded most of the red lines, but most of you don't see. Note, this is the first time that Russia is launching ICBM missile against Ukraine. And ICBM missiles are capable of carrying both nuclear warheads and conventional warheads. So this particular ballistic missile that the Russians launched yesterday, if they wanted, they could have changed the payload from a conventional weapon to a nuclear weapon. And for a very long time, Putin has warned the West over and over and over again that look, if you push us to the edge, we are going to use nuclear weapon. And yesterday, he demonstrated that. That was exactly what he demonstrated. Sending a clear message to the Western America that look, we are more than capable of launching these, nuclear weapons. Now, in 2022, almost 3 years ago, I asked a question that what if Russia launched a nuclear weapon? What is going to happen? The answer is simple, nothing. The West is pushing Putin too much. Back in the days, the Russians had the best nuclear doctrine, making it totally impossible for the Russians to launch a nuclear weapon at any country because their nuclear doctrine was only meant for retaliation. But the West has pushed Russia to the edge. And they keep saying that Putin is bluffing. Really? Putin don't bluff. Most of these red lines that Putin draw, he acts. Some people think he doesn't act. He do act. In 2008, when he warned NATO not to bring in Georgia. What happened? It was a red line. The West said, oh, Putin is bluffing. What happened? He invaded Georgia. He started warning them, don't bring in Ukraine. They said, oh, Putin is bluffing. Boom, he invaded Crimea and annexed Crimea. He cut Ukraine completely from the Sea of Azov. Oh, they said, as usual, oh, Putin is bluffing, he can't do anything, Russian military is weak. Boom. The Russians went to Syria, supported Syria, defeated NATO. They still went ahead. Oh, Putin is bluffing, Putin can't do anything, blah, 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 blah. Boom. In 2022, he invaded, Ukraine again. We are in this mess because the West always miscalculate Russia. They miscalculate Putin. They keep saying that Putin is bluffing. He's not going to do anything. And yet this man keep acting. You guys keep pushing him. When will you guys realize that Putin don't bluff? Putin gives you enough time when he draw these red lines. Check. He started warning NATO about Ukraine. It took him 6 years before he went into Crimea. He warned them over and over again. Check from 2014 all the way to 2022. He kept on warning them. He told them this was a red line, this was a red line. It took him another 8 years. So some of Putin's red lines, he gives enough time. But if you don't stop, the man will definitely act. He has been warning NATO over and over again for a very long time. And I'll be surprised if this man acts. The man just don't want to unalive innocent Ukrainians, because most Ukrainians are not responsible for this war. They didn't take the decision. It is these selfish leaders who are basically pushing this war. And that is one thing that Putin realized. So the first video I created about this whole ICBM thing, they censored the video, so I have no option than to create this video again. So guys, if you're here or if you're still watching me, please make sure to hit on the like button and share to family and friends. It's quite frustrating to create a video and they take the video down, because it's time consuming. It takes, oh, I wish everybody create videos like this to understand what I'm saying. I mean, it's very painful when you create videos and they take it down. It's quite painful. So please make sure to hit on the like button and share to family and friends. Shalom. See you guys in the next episode.